I had a comment come up earlier in the week asking about why beta cells are being targeted by the immune system in the development of type 1 diabetes. And I've got some ideas. If we haven't met yet, my name is Bowie. I've had type 1 diabetes for over 23 years. I'm healing naturally and creating community with people who don't want to have diabetes anymore. Now, there's a lot of backstory to my theories, but for the sake of our attention spans, I'm going to keep it short here. If you want to get to know one another, head to my profile, check out all my resources. But it's important to remember that beta cells are in the game of energy. They are energy creators. They are energy facilitators. They are what get an incredibly important resource, glucose, from the outside in the blood into the cell to be used by the mitochondria. Now, those with type 1 diabetes are very familiar with glucose and its impact on the body, how important it is. But very few know how important iron is. Now, in that transition from sugar being in the blood, being brought into the cell to be used by the mitochondria, what a lot of people don't know is that the most important resource for the mitochondria in order to actually use that glucose is iron. Iron is an incredibly energy intense molecule. It is an electron acceptor and donor. It is the spark that is lighting the fuse for the mitochondria to burn that glucose. Now, there's two directions we can go here as to why beta cells are failing. The first is an overabundance of iron in beta cells. Now, it sounds counterintuitive because we are sold the idea that diabetes is a disease of too much sugar. So you would think, oh, if we had more iron in our beta cells, that would mean we would have more sparks in our mitochondria to burn that glucose. But that's not how it works. The exact same properties that give iron its amazing potential for energy creation, when it is misused or not placed properly, not stored properly, makes it incredibly dangerous. And we are living in a state of malnutrition in an inflammatory society where that iron overabundance is being weaponized. If you are in the West, any speck of processed flour, cereals, cookies, breads, pastas, anything, you name it, it has been processed in a way in which iron has been added and all of the necessary regulatory nutrients that keep iron doing its regular normal job have been stripped away. And this has been absolutely catastrophic for the health of beta cells because what happens is this overabundance of iron backs up the liver, which is where iron is typically processed, and forces the liver to offload that improperly stored iron into surrounding organs. The pancreas is one of those organs. And if we go back to the relationship between sugar and iron utilization, beta cells are the bridge between what uses sugar and what uses iron. So in an overabundance of iron, beta cells are the ones that take it on. And in a malnourished state, not only is the abundant iron causing excess oxidative stress, we don't have any of the regulatory molecules or nutrients to stabilize that iron and take care of the oxidative stress. The beta cells end up breaking down from the inside out. And if we want to go the environmental route where we're talking about viruses and bacteria, if you are a pathogen looking to take over a host, where do you think the best place to start is? It's impacting how they make energy. And so you have to think, what do bacteria and what do viruses really love? They love high energy environments. They need a lot of sugar and they need a lot of iron. And they have demonstrated the ability to impact both of those systems to benefit their survival from a glucose standpoint and their replication because they're able to steal our iron so that they can use that glucose in order to replicate effectively. And in this crazy balancing act of trying to rebalance our internal iron so that we can effectively use glucose while also trying to keep invaders from stealing it from us, guess who finds itself in the crosshairs of both of those efforts? It's the beta cells.